different areas that crypto is disrupting. So I'll be sharing my screen. I'll be using crypto CoinMarketCap to look at all these areas. Now, because of the decentralized nature of cryptocurrency, cryptocurrency, and the fact that we are beginning to have cryptocurrency, the crypto or the like or digital assets built on the blockchain is solving different problems. Let me take, for example, now. One of the issues that we have in today's world is what we call trust, security, trust and security. But in the blockchain is trustless because of the fact nobody can manipulate. It's what we call what's that term again? When something cannot be, you can't reverse the transaction. Nobody can tweak anything. Nobody can change whatever has already been confirmed on the blockchain. So because of that, anything that goes on the blockchain is very trustworthy. You can see that no human being on earth can change what's already happening or what's already happened. Nobody can reverse it. So on a platform that requires trust, like education, health, there's so many platform, voting system and all of that. Blockchain is going to eventually, like I said, this is like 13th year, eventually disrupt these platforms. I remember when I had to apply for my master's and all, I had to go back all the way to my school where I did my BSc, apply for transcript, and they have to take some time for transcripts to the school where I'm going to do my MSc. And but if it was on the blockchain, I wouldn't have to have traveled all that, do all those travel. All I have to do is apply from my house. And the school that I want to go to will be able to access my transcript on the blockchain, knowing that nobody would have tampered with it. But the reason why they will not give you your your transcript to you is because so that the integrity of transcript will be maintained, will be sustained. So they won't give it to you. They will just send it over to the school you're going to. But if it's on transcript, it will save you a lot of transportation, a lot of risk, and a lot of funds for you that you would have spent trying to go back and forth and apply for your transcript. And there are different ways that this, of course, we're already seeing that it's really changing the way we even make money and the way we interact with ourselves. Today we have play to earn, meaning you can play games and make money. People in Asia, all the way in Asia, they were using Axie Infinity to survive. They were playing Axie Infinity games and they were earning at least $1,000 in a month just by playing those games. But then, like these days now, to get into Axie Infinity now, it's now expensive. But we're having guilds and other gaming platforms that are still easier and cheaper to enter and start earning, or even free to start earning. All you have to do is actively play those games. Like the one that is gaining momentum in Nigeria right now, which is Gaming Guild. So we'll be looking at the different areas. Now, this is social. There are over 140 areas. Okay, this is a category, sure. But we're seeing that people are using charity. Charities are accepting cryptocurrencies. Banks are getting into cryptocurrencies. We are seeing what they call it, tokenized music, tokenized books, tokenized pictures. You can create lasting memories on your blockchain by minting what you want to last forever. on the blockchain. I remember a couple last year that got married. After they got married, they also did their marriage contract. Just like the way you do your church wedding, you do your traditional marriage, you now do your court marriage. They also did a blockchain wedding, whereby their marriage certificate is forever on the blockchain. So we have these days now we have different categories. They were not this many 2 years ago. They were not this many 3 years ago. But like I said, we are growing. Right now we have the entire market capitalization. That is the value of the entire crypto market. It's okay. That's dropped. As of last week, it was about 2.1 trillion. But is at 1.9 trillion now. $1.9 trillion. That's the total value of all the coins that are existing in the crypto space. And right now we have close to 17,000 cryptocurrencies listed on CoinMarketCap and 453 exchanges. Now these cryptocurrencies, they are bought and sold on platforms called exchanges. And we have decentralized exchanges and centralized exchanges. So we're going to be looking into, in days to come, we're going to look into, we'll look into how to use these platforms, both decentralized and decentralized. Like I always tell people, if you know how to use one, you'll be able to know how to use other ones. It's just a matter of different interface, different color, probably different integration, and all of that. Of course, we're having new things come out and new features come out. But like I said, if a new feature comes out, if you know how to use one, you should be able to replicate it onto other ones that will come out. So looking at different places that is already disrupting, we have tourism, we have sports, like so many football clubs right now. We have Manchester have their own tokens now. I think what's those tokens again? I think Aston Villa has their own token now. I don't know if Liverpool have their own token now. There are so many fan tokens out there already. What's this other one now? PSG, the Paris Saint-Germain had their own token. Like several football clubs now, because they use those tokens now. They're called fan tokens. They use players can pay for tickets, pay for all those hoodies, polos, and all of that. And they can even say, okay, I want to support my favorite player in cryptocurrency. And cryptocurrency saves a lot of stress. You can support your favorite artists. Like if it's the music industry now, straight into their wallet. They have people that manage them. But by a wallet address, you can jump all those protocols and the person can get it directly. So also in charities too. In charities, you can't really say that the money you're sending to charity gets to people that needs that money. We all know it happens. Like you send money, you send bags of food, you send all of those things. You're not even sure that thing will get to people that are meant for. But with the blockchain, you can be so sure it will get to them. In fact, you can even track the process if it goes south. Like look at fan tokens now. All of these fan tokens, this is where we have, this is sports coin, fan tokens, we have fan tokens, like I was explaining. Then there's gambling, file sharing, storage, decentralized storage. Look at the coins I was talking about. Paris Saint-Germain, Manchester City, SS Lazio. If you love football, you will know that. And then, of course, they are very FC Porto, Inter Milan, AC Milan, Santos FC, Atletico Madrid, Juventus, AS Roma, Arsenal token. UFC, Leeds, Flamengo, all of that, Valencia, Aston Villa, Everton. So most popular football clubs have already created their own token and they use it to generate even more funds for the club, and also people can just easily pay for stuff. So there's storage. In this Web3 now, storage is going to really, really pay. Decentralized storage really will come in handy. And then we have retail business, even jobs. Let's look at jobs token as a category. Then these are necessarily platforms whereby you can, maybe like freelance platforms. Let's look at Crypto Task. Freelance platforms whereby you can get jobs and get paid. So this would be like their native token. C-Task. C-Task, just 50 million of it. Interesting. And it's built on Ethereum platform. So like in the metaverse, very soon we'll also be getting jobs, applying for jobs and getting jobs in the metaverse. So cryptocurrency is literally like disrupting now in the health section. You can have digital health certificates. You can be so sure that that health information was not manipulated. You can also have health storage. You know, one of the challenges that the health system in the world has is being able to store health information, accurate health information. Because before we started using file storage like drives and cloud storages and all of that. Since we're stored on paper, and most times the history of a patient can get lost trying to transfer a patient from one place to the other. But if it's on the blockchain, you can easily you can easily be so sure that this particular health information has not been manipulated, and you don't have to transfer. For example, now, if you have an accurate history of a patient on the blockchain, all you have to do just to simply is the doctors. You don't have to move the patient or start moving the information up and down or start sending. The accurate information will be on the blockchain and it can be accessed from any part of the world. So these are health tokens. Like even COVID-19 passports, this whole COVID-19 vaccination and all of that. They're using remember Solve that year. Solve, there's VeChain. They didn't classify it here, but there's Vet. Vet have already created what we call COVID-19 passports to prove that you've been vaccinated, because that's the only way they can know that you did not go and forge a COVID-19 passport. And then there's what we call what's put into goods, selling of goods. I'm trying to remember the name that is called. In production, from the point of manufacturing to the point of the consumer, it's hard to track how many products were produced and how many eventually reach the consumer. Because from the point of production, this thing could spoil, be lost amidst transportation of those things to retail, from manufacturing to wholesale to retail, and then eventually to consumer. So with the blockchain, you can track all of that and get accurate information. The asset management, the media too. The media, like we have centralized, we already have platforms that are like Facebook and Twitter in centralized formats whereby you can monetize your activities on social media. Just that they're not as popular yet because we are still very used to our centralized platforms. But like one that will really help mainstream adoption is when things are so simplified. Usage. the UI and UX experience, the user experience is brought to be almost like the centralized things we have today, which is why I like what Nia is doing, Celo is doing too. Then content creation platform, we have the research, video, IoT, energy too, AI and big data. So these are like different music. You know, there are also music tokens too. Like Audios is like the most popular music token. So so these are like different areas. So let's look at the other parts of what we have today, which are the consensus mechanisms.